Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Brooks. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 29, Winston flush to his right. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. On first down, it's Brooks. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
at the Eagles' 30-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. Drops it to Jones in the flat. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 bump.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. Room here to run. A huge play there on the screen pass. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
The kicker on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Vikings nothing.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, Brooks. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Say it
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before a game.
Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and the football there.
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst, quarterback sneak, try and pick up the 1st down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Brooks, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And the Holtz. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got... And that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On first down, it's Brooks. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He's brought down at the 31. 4 yards on the pickup.
From the 31, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he fields it cleanly. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Jameis now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for his running back Aaron Jones that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. To throw is Winston. Being chased out left. And he fires one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They go play action. Winston. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Chandler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Second and 3. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Preston Williams, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't. And he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Winston now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 66 yards as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Second and 6. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third and 2.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on first and 10. looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On second down now, it's Harris, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The throw over the middle taken in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. Check with 61. Right. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, alert 3. Alert it.
This is Harris. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll run on first down. Brooks fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it?
And his first carry, he loses the football. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's Harris. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Let's go hard. We got Mike, number 50. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Check. Crunch. 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 Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Vikings.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston to throw. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The point after is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Next to score, Eagles 33, Vikings 15.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach.
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 41. And that will write a finish to this ball game.